to happen is, what you're going to learn and when you're divorcing a narcissist, is it's going to become very clear to you something that the courts do not understand, and that is that there are worse things than a missing parent. There are worse things than having a parent die. And you are going to realize that your children would be better off without this person in their life at all. And that is going to be a very tricky thing for you to navigate. And it certainly has been for me. The very best thing that you can do is just have a plan, keep yourself strong, have allies on your side, don't tell him what you're doing, and get in and out as quickly as possible, and have as much of it as a surprise to him as you possibly can. Giving him warnings and telling him what you're going to do, and maybe even what you might be trying to do is using ultimatums to threaten him, is going to backfire. You just need to act like things are fine until you have your plan and until you're ready to pull the trigger. And as much as possible, let him wonder what happened after it's over. That's the best chance. That's the best chance you have. You're not trying to lie about him. You're not trying to do any of the, you're just taking care of yourself. You're using your brain to get in and get out and get your kids peace and get yourself as much fairness and equality as you possibly can, and get the thing over with as fast as you can. This is going to be awful for you. This is going to be awful for you, and it's going to be awful for your kids. But it's not going to be awful for him. He's going to enjoy it. He or she, by the way, please, when I say he, understand I've had both men and women narcissists in my life, but the person that I divorced was a man, and so right in this divorce situation, I have man in my mind, but believe me, I know, I've seen this exact same thing happen with the woman being the one, the narcissist. So I know it goes both ways, and I say he, so please don't be offended by that. But especially I get a little bit heated up when I'm talking about this divorce thing in particular, because of course I've only divorced one person, and that was a man. And he was seriously the most harmful, he was absolutely the worst possible thing for my kids that I could ever imagine. And as a mother, what I spent my kids' childhoods doing was mostly just trying to undo whatever damage it was that he'd done to them. And I didn't succeed, I didn't ultimately succeed in doing that. It was the damage that he caused my kids was really, really incredible, and just overwhelming damage. And I have no idea who they would have been had they not had a sociopathic father who put us through so much hell. I did do everything wrong in terms of trying to get a fair and equitable divorce and have it end quickly. I did not do everything wrong in terms of being a decent person. I did everything right if I didn't have a sociopath for a husband. So, so that's the thing. I was very amenable and very agreeable and very, if he had not been a sociopath, I would have been doing great. I was trying to have an amicable divorce with a sociopath, and that just was never going to happen. So I was crushed like a bug, and he had he had no remorse about it. He didn't feel an ounce of guilt about it. He felt the fact that I came out still, breathing was almost a frustration for him. It's a nasty deal. They will enjoy it. They're built for it. This is fun for them. This went on for 2 years with me, and I couldn't imagine. I mean, when he came around attacking me almost 7 years later, I was still just reeling from the first time. In the meantime, he had been busy in court. He had all kinds of court things in between. He went right on the heels of our divorce, signed up his lawyer, and went and did the same thing to his fiance's husband. you know, then that went on for a few years and then came back to me. It just, you know, he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. That was really fun for him. Because nothing was, he was enjoying it. He didn't care what damage it was doing to the kids. Didn't care at all what damage it was doing to the kids. He had no qualms about lying. That didn't bother him at all to lie. You know, it was entertainment for him and a good time, and there was a chance that he could win and get some more power and control and cause a lot of chaos and drama, and that's just all kinds of fun for a narcissist. You're not dealing with someone who is sane, who has empathy or love, and who has any of the common interests that you do. As soon as you can get the idea of all the things that your friends have told you about their amicable divorces out of your head, the better. It's not going to happen for you. It's not going to happen for you. You will be lucky if you can just get out of this situation in one piece. So, okay, if you have any questions, please, one last thing, really important, write everything down. Write everything down. Keep really good records of everything. And if you like, I have my divorce journal that I kept. If you like, sometime write in the comments, and I'll show that to you. I'll bring that out and show it to you on one of my videos because I still have it. So, yeah, write everything down and keep really good records. Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, and please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any questions, please ask them, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.